here on Grandstand Court for their mixed doubles match, so she'll make an appearance. But here we are with our men's doubles matchup. The winner of this will move on to the semifinal and play that tomorrow. This is a progressive draw format, and every match has been so good here. So let's see what these boys have to offer.
Can't wait.
Christian Alshon starting off on the right side to serve.
0-0-2.
We've been talking about the thirds, Walter, and how accurate it has to be in order to get up to the net, because the fourth shot pressure of this advanced, play has been just tremendous.
And it's going to be really important in this game with both teams with some very lethal weapons to hit off their fourth.
Side out. 0-0-1.
Oh my goodness. A little bit of everything there.
Yeah, and they had control of that whole point until Dylan hit that flick into the net, but they had both players, Christian and Connor, on the back line. So right off the bat, you'll notice a trend here with Dylan and JW both at the net first, and you notice that they're taking control of the point early. Meanwhile, Connor and Christian on the baseline trying to recover. Not sure how long they can withstand this attack.
JW getting Christian all caught up there.
Yeah, he was a little bit jammed up. He wanted to sit on that two-handed backhand, but wasn't able to slide to the right in time to make that counterattack.
Ooh.
Connor trying an attack of his own. Ball a little bit too low for that type of a flick.
1-1-1.
And almost no ball too low for JW's flick.
It's like we have the team flick, backhand flick, versus Tui Nation.
That's right.
Yes. And a speed up to the forehand of JW Johnson. I believe that's going to be a big play here in this matchup.
Nice, and Connor saw that ATP from a mile away, sitting almost all the way backhand side for the counter, and closing in after that counter was really nice. He struck ball. Dylan, the second time now he's done that flick.
Yeah, he hasn't made that shot yet. He's just warming it up, but that's usually one of his best shots in his game. So just cleaning it up here. We're early on in game number 1, tied up. Ball is just wide, a little too much pull on that Tui. By the way, we're going to be saying Tui a lot, so if you're playing the drinking game, watch out for that.
Flick and Tui.
Oh,
no.
What a get, though, from Garnett.
I know, that was such a good get off of 1 foot.
2-2-1.
Ooh, that last dink was a little aggressive, but
It
what do you
was.
call the other dinks that they were hitting so softly and not really doing much with them? Because there are different types
the
of
dead
dinks.
dinks?
The dead dinks.
Yeah, you don't want to leave those dead dinks for people that have some weapons to speed up with.
Oh, a little force there from Alshon.
It was, but going back to that two-handed dink that Connor missed into the net, he's going to want to set up his speed up with some slower dinks. So you'll notice that he'll take back his paddle and get low with his body to set up the speed up. He won't just speed up on the first ball. He'll maybe hit 2 or 3 of these little lulled type two-handed dinks where he sits back on his left foot and gets low and then pulls the trigger with the two-handed speed up.
5-2-1.
Couple easy points here for a 3-point lead. That speed up got them in trouble, Walter.
Right on cue, though. Notice he had to hit 2 or 3 of those slow ones, and then he pulled that left two-handed backhand trigger.
Okay, it looks like W. Johnson ahead by 4 in game 1.
1.
Oh, a missed dink from J.W. Johnson.
He always stands so upright with these dinks, and sometimes you think that he's going to miss it normally, but he doesn't usually miss those dinks. It's uncharacteristic for him to miss that.
Good spot from Christian Alshon. And Christian Alshon points to Connor Garnett, you go to the right. Let me play the left for a second. Oh!
Couple out balls probably played there.
The ball's traveling so fast nowadays, it's hard to get out of the way. You just might as well put your paddle on it since you're reacting. I like that Connor Garnett is all over that backhand flip from J.W. Johnson. They just need to complete the combo.
6-2-1.
Great dodge by Connor there, anticipating that flick from J-Dub.
6-2-2.
J.W. sitting on that counter, knowing Connor's going to speed up with his backhand. Just high-powered, quick hands battles.
7-2-2.
Oh, Dylan was saying it's Tui.
So Dylan Frazier's backhand right now, either 1 or 2 hand, has been
Into the net quite a
yeah,
few
it's
times.
been into the net. So that's definitely a shot that they're looking to target. But they have to build the point before they're just targeting it right off the bat.
Yeah. That's a good point there.
Oh, the ball stays in.
And it stays in because of all the action that he's able to get on that grab. If you notice, he kind of like opens his paddle face a little bit just to get that extra grab and dwell time on the face of his paddle. Then he turns it over and flicks it so quickly that that's what enables it to drop that quick.
Side out.
Dylan with some of the same.
And unable to score points, but what were you saying, Walter?
Oh no, sometimes those balls will seem like they're kind of long because they're up, but because of the action on the ball, the RPMs drop that ball down so fast that it stays in.
Talking about topspin, right?
That's right.
Sorry. Yeah, the amount of spin that these players are able to get on the ball has been, to me, the time out.
8, 2, 1.
Nice shot.
Well-disguised flick. Notice he held that ball for as long as he possibly could to see where JW was leaning and then flicked it to his left hip. JW has a knack on these overheads. Just watch for how much snap he gets on these put-away balls. There's a lot of pop on it. He doesn't need to take a huge swing, but that snap kind of gets the job done.
Big poach from JW Johnson. And here we are with game point number 1. We have seen a side that's been stronger, so maybe that could play a factor in this game as well.
Oh, what a pickup by JW, keeping them alive, but just too tough from Connor and from Christian, closing that point out.
2, 10, 1.
That is body first,
Second
and
serve.
Connor acknowledges that.
It's a good spot there. But down by 8, they need to make a move right now.
Side out.
Dylan made a little bit of an adjustment there with his backhand, actually not missing that one in the net this time.
Point.
Dipping his paddle head angle a little bit lower to get some grab on that ball so it clears the net.
Oh,
He almost had him there too.
11, 2,
and a missed one.
0, 0,
Let's see if Garnett and Alshon could respond by taking game 2 and pushing them to a third.
0, 0, 1. Second serve.
What an angle by Dylan Frazier on that ball. Notice he took some pace off to get that type of an angle in order to get the grab on his paddle and in order to get that positioning on the ball.
Side out. Zero, 0, 1.
JW's going to sit on that all day with his backhand dink going to Christian's back right foot. As soon as he sees Christian dip with that forehand and lean downwards, that's his cue to lean in for the flick and speed up, as Christian's ball's not going to be a threatening one from that position. Dylan missing that ball short there. He's probably expecting a little bit more pace on that ball from Connor, but Connor took some pace off, which meant Dylan's shot ended up going to the net without enough power coming towards his paddle. So each pop-up that's hit by Connor or Christian, they've paid for. And they've paid for in spades. I don't think they've won a single one of those where the pop-up has come up and they've tried to defend on it.
2-0-2.
You're going to want to keep it away from that backhand flick, especially at that height. Michelle, you had mentioned earlier about the dead dink. That was definitely a dead dink if I've seen one myself. Anytime you hit a dead dink anywhere near JW, he's going to probably flick that right back at you or to the open space.
So now Alshon trying to do something against against Dylan Frazier, and that's not working either.
No, both of them and their counters and their hand speeds are so fast. It's tough to really exploit.
Ooh, and a missed return. That's so tough.
I think they're going on timeout here. Yeah, sure enough, they call a timeout.
So Connor's gonna be too late.
There it is. Maybe that's going to get them pumped up.
And a big come on from Christian Alshon.
That's what they need right now.
0-5-1.
Okay. Strung a couple points together. Maybe they'll make it a game.
1-5-1.
Okay.
Persistent with the aggression.
That's
They
right.
are not going to let it go down.
That's what they need.
5-1.
Oh, that was pretty tight. But that was out.
Yep,
So we
just
got
long.
Maybe about 2 inches.
Christian Alshon's drive is so big,
It's deceptive.
so talented.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was good. All Dylan and JW could do is literally watch the ball fly right by them.
That dipped pretty quick.
3-5-2.
Stares Dylan down with that after that speed out.
And remember we were mentioning like it's a game of runs.
It
and here
is.
we are with 4-5.
Yeah, especially these two players. They're very energy driven. Oh, no, that was left a little bit high, but we were almost at the 5-5 mark.
It's so crazy how Dylan Frazier could just be like, okay, I'm going to stop this right now. And his composure is just so good.
You're right, Dylan. He's like, no more. No more run for you.
6-4-1.
What a great drive by JW there. The height of that ball cleared the tape by maybe about 1.5 inches. Plus the action on it dipping to Connor set up a perfect put away from Dylan Frazier to close out that point.
Christian is very vocal in this match.
He needs to be. They need that energy.
4-2.
Wow.
He moves back to counter that, and you can tell he pulled back a little bit, and that slight hesitation created that contact point.
7-1.
made it late behind his left shoulder.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That's not gonna work.
Christian Alshon, you know, and Connor Garnett were in the middle of the court, so that
Yeah.
gave JW the sideline there.
Right, miscommunication. That's a great drive by Connor. Notice he took some pace off just to get that to dip at the feet of Dylan Frazier.
5-7-2. Side out.
I mean, Christian goes all out on his forehand drives. It's so crazy. You can't tell if it's in or out or what's going on, but all of a sudden it's flying by you.
Mm-hmm. So another thing that Christian Alshon's doing is you'll notice he'll do a take back that's like kind of a bigger swing, so you can't really tell if he's going to speed it up, hit a big shot, or just a roll dink.
The disguise.
Yeah, right there. That's good. Building some momentum here.
You could definitely feel the energy change with Christian Alshon and his
Look at his
verbal-
movement right now.
Yeah.
Heat check. High energy right now. His adrenaline's probably pumping through the roof. That was just really, really highly explosive with that forehand. Oh, Dylan had all day to think about that one. And he knew it was coming too, because Christian's been speeding up those balls pretty routinely.
So they were down by 5 on that timeout, and now they're only down by 1.
Game of runs.
Oh,
That ball didn't even come up.
No, it was hit so hard that deflated.
It like flattened the pickleball.
Seven, 6-1.
Dylan's not gonna miss that twice in a row. A little setup off the tape, adjusting the angle of his paddle to get that back down into the court, making it a tough get from Connor.
8-6-1.
Probably not the shot he would go for if he had that to take again.
Eight, 6-2.
That was a bait shot, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Dylan was expecting something a little bit wider to his forehand and it ended up like to his more of his center gut. So good there on the counters, keeping the counters low. That's what got the point for them, was JW's forehand that set up that next shot for Dylan.
Hold on. I'll recall. 6-8-2.
Notice placement over power there. Dylan didn't have to swing very hard to hit that ball. He didn't try to hit it super hard. He placed it low at Connor's feet, created the pop-up. The rest is history.
1.
Good job from Connor Garnett, Christian Alshon, letting a lot of these balls go out and not getting suckered into playing, you know, and trying to counter.
Those are sometimes hard to leave.
Oof. Not the right time to miss that return. That puts Dylan Frazier, J.W. Johnson ahead by 3.
6-2.
But Christian Alshon's still pumped up.
He is, and he needs to stay pumped up.
6-9-1. Second serve.
A little bit too much pump there from Connor's forehand. Came up a little bit early, needs to stay down through that follow through.
6-9-2. Side out.
They needed points there on that side out, and they weren't able to execute. So here we are, 2 points away from the match.
1. Point.
That's not what they want right there. Speed up from his back right foot while off of the line. Even if that were to go over, both Dylan and JW would have been all over that.
Timeout receivers. 10-6-1. 1 minute.
So where they were here earlier.
Yes, so Pisnik's got a little bit of taste of grandstand. Maybe she might use that to her
10-6-1.
advantage.
And that does it for J.W. Johnson and Dylan Frazier. They will be moving on to the semifinal, which will be tomorrow. Congratulations goes out to them. An excellent performance from Connor Garnett and Christian Alshon. Incredible play.